They say every love story has its own scent. Mine smells of coffee, warm rain, and a little bit of fear. My name is Iryna. I work as a waitress in a small café in the heart of the city. Every day felt like a loop. I would wake up at 7, hurry to work, and brew coffee for dozens of strangers, most of whom didn't even remember my name. It never really bothered me. But deep inside, I felt life could be something more. I just didn't know what that more might be. Then, one morning, among all the familiar faces, I noticed him. He sat quietly in the corner by the window, ordered a black coffee, and opened his newspaper. He seemed a little older than me, calm and focused. There was something about him I hadn't seen in people for a long time, a quiet presence, unhurried and genuine. I was curious, but I didn't dare get closer than delivering his coffee. Days turned into weeks. He came every morning at the same time, always choosing the same table. We exchanged a few words, good morning, thank you, have a nice day. And then, one day, he looked up at me with a soft smile and said, "It feels like we've met before." I hesitated, a little flustered. "Maybe you've mistaken me for someone else," I replied, though in my heart, it felt as if I'd known him forever too. His name was Maksym. He told me he had moved to our city to renovate his grandfather's old house. He loved quiet places, books, and long evening walks through empty streets. Slowly, without even realizing it, I began to look forward to every morning he walked through that door. Before long, we started meeting outside the cafe too. At first, it was just evening walks after my shift, sipping tea on a park bench. Then came dinners in small local places, and long talks sitting on a rooftop, watching the city lights. It amazed me how easy it felt to be with him. I didn't have to pretend. I could simply be myself. One evening, Maksym told me he had to leave for a few months on a work trip. "I don't want you to feel like I'm abandoning you," he said quietly. "But I have to go." It hurt to hear those words, but it would have hurt even more to ask him to stay. So I nodded and whispered, "I understand. It's okay." He left, and I stayed. At first, my days felt painfully empty. But over time, I learned to feel them differently, with work, books, quiet walks, and small joys. I even signed up for art classes, something I'd dreamed about for so long. Months passed. I wasn't waiting for him, but sometimes, in quiet moments, I wondered what it would feel like if he came back. And then, one evening, as I was heading home from work, I saw him standing by my door. In his hands, a bouquet of my favorite wildflowers. And that same slightly shy smile. "Hi," he said softly. "Do you think we could start over?" In that moment, I realized that all this time, I hadn't really been waiting for him. I had been waiting for an answer within myself. And now, the answer felt so simple: yes, we can. I don't know what comes next. Life rarely follows the plans we make. But now I understand something important. True love isn't when someone arrives and completes your life. True love is when two people meet, already whole on their own. And together, it simply feels right.